Hi guys, welcome back. And here I'm featuring the third watch I ever made from parts ordered online. Now it looks similar to the previous one that I showed you, and yes, they share the same case, dial, but not the hands, and not the NATO strap, and not the movement. So let's check it out. So here it is, the third watch I ever made from parts I ordered online. Now it does look similar to the previous one that I reviewed, and you might be thinking that it's the same watch and that I just replaced the hands. Seeing double now. The one I'm wearing is the watch that I featured in my last video. Link it somewhere up here. So yeah, in case you were wondering, yes, I have identical watches. They just have different handsets. Now the one I'm wearing has the cathedral style hands. I don't know why they call it that, but that's what it's called. And this one is called the snowflake handset. There is a difference with the previous one I showed you. Even though the case is similar, the dial is the same, the movement is not. This is powered by a Seiko Instruments NH36. Only problem is the dial had no window for the day and date, so it's hidden under the dial. It's there, it's functioning, just can't see it. Same dimensions as the previous watch, 40mm case, 48 tip to tip, 20 lug width, and 13mm thick. Solid screw down case back, screw down crown, allegedly sapphire crystal. And yes, this case was made for the Seagull 2813. It wasn't meant for the NH36 or the Seiko movements, but I managed to fit it in. It works. I use this sometimes because I think the movement is more reliable and high quality than the Seagull that I used on my previous watch. But the problem is the fitting. If you notice, there's a white ring around the dial. That's a spacer that I made out of plastic because I noticed that when I put in the movement and screwed in the crown, the movement suddenly dropped back into the case back, and there was a big gap, and the movement and the dial were wobbling about inside, so I had to do something and jury rigged a plastic O-ring from an old credit card and put it in there. So let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. So you can see the white border around the chapter ring that goes all the way around. It doesn't affect the performance of the watch, it just makes it more, it just makes the movement fit the case better. Now again, this case was not meant for the NH35 or the NH36. It was meant for the Seagull 2813, which this watch uses, the one I'm wearing. So if you see, there is no white chapter ring or spacer on this watch, while this one, obviously there is. Now I plan on buying a proper case for this movement and dial, and a better handset. By better, I mean matching colors. When I bought the handset, I didn't realize that the lume was blue. And blue on a green themed watch just doesn't work for me, at least. I mentioned last time, green is my favorite color, so green lumed hands would have been better. And yes, the hands are gold toned hands on a silver case, but the green makes it work. So green and gold is fine. But the lume, I will show you in a bit what the lume looks like. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the lume is blue. So let's unscrew the crown. And show you it hand winds. It feels better actually in hand winding than the Seagull. So if I pull on the crown, you can see the second hand stopped. Push it back in. Now this is my problem. There we go. Since the alignment of the movement in the case is a little bit janky, the crown tends to be a little bit bent, or rather not centered in so if I can just screw it in, that would be great. Have to fiddle with it a bit in order for it to be screwed down. There we go. Okay, now it's in. Okay, so how does it look on my wrist? Wrist shot. So here it is on my 6 1/4 inch wrist. So there you have it, my, well, I guess you can say it looks like a Tudor, but in green. But what I like about it is it's powered by the Seiko NH36. So if you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you like. If you didn't like the video, then it's alright, click the thumbs down. But you can subscribe as well if you want to see more horrible watch videos and videos in general. Share if you want to, comment please, and as always, stay safe and enjoy.